Hello, good evening, and welcome. This is Tiger Vision. We are Duval with Coach Cabral Huff. Hey man, hey coach,
I
hey coach.
love it. I love the shirt, baby. I love the shirt.
Yeah, orange is fire.
I appreciate you guys. Hey man, it fits extremely well. Shout out to Reedy Huff. Appreciate y'all taking care of me, man. Y'all got me together.
Always, brother. Always.
It was good to see you guys this week. We had a fantastic week, but we'll get into all of that stuff. But first, man, we got a special guest, man. We got to show love. We got a special guest. Huff, I'm gonna kick it to you to give us the intro.
Man, we had to bring back a E-Dub legend, 1,000-point scorer in his career. In addition to our staff that we're really excited about, former guard that played at E-Dub, Chuck Smith, a native of where I'm coming from in South Carolina. So he played some high school basketball in South Carolina. So we're excited to have his expertise, his knowledge of not just the university, but the past, because we want our players to understand what they're playing for. They're not just playing for themselves, but they're playing for the people whose backs they stand on, who were there before them, who were able to put on that EWC or EWU jersey and uniform. So excited to have him here with us on staff, bringing his expertise for our guards and our JV program. So Chuck Smith, glad to have you. Mondre officially gets to know you, Chuck.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here. Glad to be back.
Hey, man, so Chuck, now that you're here, man, I get to start treating you like family. The rule my mama put out is we make your plate the first time. Every time after that, you family, you gotta make your own plate, man. So that means the very first show I won't toss lofty expectations at you. Every show after that, I'm looking for championships and conference titles, and you're gonna get the same expectations everybody else get, man.
Perfect. Sounds good.
So Chuck, man, tell us a little bit about yourself. We know, of course, being a EW alum, but where does your basketball story really begin? Like, where's the moment that you picked up a ball and knew this is what you wanted to do?
Can you repeat that question for me?
He's trying to work too.
Double duties, man. No, I said, where does your basketball story really begin? Where's that moment that you picked up a ball and that you knew that this is something that you wanted to be around, that you want to be a part of?
Man, I started playing when I was the age of 3 up in Virginia. My dad put that basketball in my hand, and I loved it from there. I just took off, just improving my skills, doing the things in my backyard, doing things that coaches wanted me to do, shooting all the time, playing all the time, just trying to get better and expand my game.
Good. You made your way. Huff said you spent some time playing high school basketball in South Carolina. Tell us some of the guys that either you played with or played against. That was some really great competition.
I played on my younger AAU team. It was Seven Woods, Tevin Mack, Devontae Schuler, Zion Williams, the Ja Morants. I mean, we have some deep history in South Carolina. I think we coming up. We go back to the OGs: Kevin Garnett, Jermaine O'Neal, Ray Allen, all those South Carolina natives.
You see, he's trying to talk that talk right now. You see that, right?
I see. Listen. Hey, I was with him from Seventh Woods on forward. Seventh Woods was a movie.
Yeah, tell me, I played against him. Monster, he was playing varsity in the 7th, 8th grade.
Got you. Hey, you wouldn't so happen to be on the wrong side of any of those Seventh Wood highlights that I watched on YouTube, would you?
No, I probably got him on some of my highlights, a little shake and bake. No, he never caught me.
I love it. So from South Carolina, man, what as you continue to progress, tell us about your recruitment or what landed you at EW, man? What guided you to that place, and how did you know EW was the right place for you?
Well, to be honest, at first my dad he took me to Hampton, and I was like, oh man, it's nice. But I was trying to really go to College of Charleston, so I was like one spot behind the dude. So they went with him, and they was like, hey man, we going with him. I was like, oh man, I had my dreams and everything so that I wanted to go to College of Charleston. They just made it to the tournament. That's when they had Goldlock. He went crazy. He had like 48 points in the tournament. I was like, oh man, I can follow behind that guy's footstep.
You know where he's from, right? Oh.
Yeah, no, he's tough. He's tough. So after that, I went to Hampton. I was like, I kind of really don't like it. My 12th grade year, I went to a private school. So I was like, man, I want to go mid-major. And then I'm too good for that. D2, I'm too good for that. And then so that happened. So I went to Hampton, got the news from College of Charleston, and then I went to EWC. And I killed when I got down there. And the coach was talking to my dad. It was really my dad. He made the decision for me. Not even gonna lie, but he was like, hey man, this is a good fit for you. You can strive, you could play basketball, you could be a student, and we're gonna show you the HBCU life. My dad, he's a college football coach. So just knowing that background from the HBCU, he wanted me to go to that school. So I was like, yeah. I mean, he been right my whole life, so I might as well just follow him, follow what he's saying.
I like it, man. So fit right in, or was there any big differences that kind of shook you up coming from PWI to HBCU, or what were your thoughts then?
I mean, it was straight. I mean, I think before that I went to so in high school I went to three different high schools. So I went to all types of high schools. So I mean the transformation wasn't really much. It was pretty easy.
Life in Jacksonville, able to focus? Were you on the beach too much at first, or like what was that like?
When I came down, that's where they put me at the beach. I was like, oh man, this Jacksonville is really nice. And I was like, oh man, it's 30 minutes from the school. My freshman year, I didn't even have a car, so I was focused. I was walking everywhere, getting to know everybody. But I got my car in January. Yeah, I started to go out to exploring Jacksonville. I'm like, oh, okay, it's nice, but you do have to be careful. Stay safe.
That's for sure. That's for sure, man. You get there, you're playing career, as Huff mentioned, 1,000-point scorer. Do you have any like favorite moments, or any memorable games that you remember more than any others?
We're gonna go back to so that's when EWC was in the GCAC, the tournament. I'll probably say I was late. I woke up late. Everybody knocking on the door. Wake up! I'm like, oh man, I done overslept. My phone died. I get on the bus looking at coach. He didn't even say anything to me. I just went straight to the back of the bus. That game we played, I want to say Xavier first. They was probably like second seed. We was probably like 7-6. Wasn't expected to beat them, but I went off. I went 9 for 13, 30 points off the bench, 30 points in 28 minutes. That's pretty impressive. So I'll probably say that's my favorable moment.
Hey man, 30 points off the bench. That's big time.
Efficient. 9 for 13.
9 for 13.
Hey, that sounds like you hit more than a few threes, and you went 9 for 13.
I was 5 for 7 from the three.
Okay. From that experience right there, now you moving into a role as a coach. What can you tell young players that maybe are coming off the bench, maybe 6th, 7th, or 8th, and that maybe feel like they have the talent to really help the team or be starting? You had some experience coming off the bench or really helping your team get big wins. Like what type of message do you have or are you able to guide those kids?
I would say you have to stay ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So every night you need to be ready. You have the proper pre-plan, practice, get up shots, game reps, game speed, things of that nature. Just stay ready.
Coach, are there any kids that are around in workouts that's trying to outshoot you right now, and have any players been able to do it? Are you winning the shooting contest right now?
Me and Coach Britt, we just ran through freshman point guard and who else was that with him? I forgot who it was. We beat him so fast. You know what I mean? I still had a burner. It's just like riding a bike. Just like riding a bike.
So the incoming freshmen don't have a chance in these shooting contests. You getting them out of there?
No chance. We cleared them out of there early, first quarter.
Has Huff jumped into the shooting contest yet?
Oh, I'll be right back.
You got to handle business. He is working. I haven't jumped in yet, Mondre. I haven't jumped in yet.
I love it, man. Huff, what is it like having a former player there, especially an EW graduate, being on staff with you guys coming in as you're trying to get to know the university?
It's been great helping us navigate things, what things may be, where you don't have to go find, Dr. Rich or even Coach Wilson on the women's side. We say, hey, Chuck, where's this? Who do we need to talk to for this, especially if they're still at the institution, which a lot of people are. They say, hey, we used to do things like this way. This is who you need to go talk to. So not only was his expertise of bringing him on staff for basketball reasons, but he's ingrained in that community. He's ingrained in the institution. It was funny because a lot of times people say people only hire who they know. And he's one of those differences where I didn't just hire someone who I knew. He reached out to me. He said, he didn't even say he wanted to coach. He just said, Coach, man, I would love to talk to you. I'm a former EWC player. I would love to, come up to the gym and talk to you. Sure, I'm trying to get to know everybody. He comes to the gym. He's dressed up. I'm just thinking he's, about to go to his job and talk. We start talking basketball. He said, Coach, I really want to get involved back home with the basketball program. And so I said, you know what? What I'm going to have you do is we're going to go out to eat with the rest of our staff. I said, if I go ask somebody on this campus what they thought about you when you were here, what would they have to say? And he didn't waste any time. He said, oh, they'll say great things. I said, are you sure about that? He said, yeah. I said, all right, let's go walk down to Coach Wilson's office. We knocked on the door. As soon as she saw him, she said, Chuck, oh my God. And I said, is this somebody I should believe in? She said, he's a great guy. And that was the check mark we needed, other than, us talking when we went to lunch with the rest of the staff. And he's been a definite asset. He's ingrained in the community. He works with the YMCA here in Jacksonville. So he was a big part of our community service, in which we did 2 weeks ago. We were able to go to the YMCA, one of the YMCAs he serves as a director. Like, he's director of the YMCA here in Jacksonville. And so that was one of the reasons we were able to get involved with the YMCA here in Jacksonville. And him being ingrained in the community, coaching like AAU little kids. I don't mean like ninth graders. I mean like little kids. So he's a special guy to have on our staff. And he brings a different dynamic because he's younger.
Former player. I love those guys being able to, especially when you get out there and show him you still got it, man. He's not risking a Achilles tear like
no, he's not.
Huff, don't let me see you in one of them boots, man. Don't do it, Huff.
Hey, man, that's the fear, brother. You need to demonstrate. All right, Chuck, come demonstrate what we need right now. Britt's still out here dunking. I'll show him I grab the rim every now and then. I ain't dunking right no more.
Oh man, yeah, I don't blame you, man. Hey, we've got a special video while Chuck is still working. We've got a great video about the Tiger Club. I feel like this is a good time to go ahead and put this out here. Huff, do you want to say anything about this before we share it?
This has just kicked off. Dr. Ivana Rich, our athletic director, has just kicked this off. It's brand new to EWU. It's the Tiger Athletic Club, where we want people to give back to all the athletics here at EWU. And it's a great thing that she's doing and that we're putting out. And what better time to release this than homecoming week? So I think the video is great. It shows who we're about and what we're about and what we stand for.
Man, I'm so impressed. I've been so impressed with Dr. Rich and the president there. I, I just can't say enough about uh, the way they treat athletics and the university. So looking forward to watching this. I haven't seen the whole video. So
Indiana's University Athletics is excited to announce our new Tiger Club. Together with integrity, gratitude, excellence, and respect.
Make a positive impact on all the lives of EWU student athletes.
Help us to be successful academically and athletically.
Empower,
encourage,
and support
Tiger excellence.
Become a member of the Tiger Club today to support academic and athletic opportunities for student athletes at EWU. Through their support, members of the Tiger Club provide student athletes the opportunity to pursue their educational and athletic goals while representing our university and the city of Jacksonville as a whole. Members are also providing the resources needed for continued success at the SIAC and NCAA Division II level. The Tiger Club offers multiple membership options, which includes benefits such as season tickets, newsletters, custom Tiger apparel, opportunities to mentor Tiger student athletes, and at the highest level, the opportunity to be hosted by the President and First Lady in the newly renovated President's Box.
Join the Tiger Club today.
Join the Tiger Club today to support the athletic and academic opportunities for student athletes here at EWU. To learn more about the Tiger Club, visit www.ewutigerpride.com or scan the QR code.
man, that is fantastic. That is fantastic.
I mean, I think it's a great initiative. It's what's needed, and you know, we're as good as our leadership, and our leadership is the best. So what else can I say?
Listen, man, we talked about this, I think, on the last episode 4, where there were some initiatives that we were a part of for HBCUs before you were in college coaching. You were at this time, you were a high school coach at the time. You had college coaching experience, of course, but you were a high school coach at the time. And there was kind of a list of things that we requested. Hey, you know, to put your best foot forward out to recruitable athletes, here are some things that, you know, need to take place. And to watch EWU like attack that list. They weren't a part of those symposiums. They were not a part of those seminars, but like watching you guys attack, it just shows me that like some things, good programs have similar traits. Up years, down years, but good athletic programs have similar traits. If I tell people that I remember the down years of Kentucky basketball, nobody remembers that those Billy Gillispie years happened. But the reason why nobody remembers that is because when the leadership at the top is good and the expectation is high, the program is not going to stay down for long.
Correct.
And I just don't see how any athletic program at EWU will have a prolonged Valley experience because the leadership at the top is so good about pushing these programs. What is this like day to day? Are you like standing beside yourself every day with what you're seeing from leadership there?
It's very easy to just say, you know, they support us 100%. So whatever we may come to them with, if there is an issue, they handle it. But we don't really have any issues, you know. I think the best saying is we may not get everything that we want, but we have everything that we need. Mm-hmm. And if anybody can really take that to heart, think about that in your own personal life. You may not have everything that you want, but you have everything that you need. And I think that sets the tone for what we have at EWU. And we also know, as our president says, from whence we've come. You know, Chuck is a prime example of it wasn't always like this, right? You know, Chuck can talk about before the floor was the floor that everybody loves now, and we had some dead spots on the floor. You know, I took a team to play there before the floor was the floor. You know, Chuck can talk about the weight room before the new weight room was there. You know, he can talk about a lot of things that have taken place. And so I think that's another aspect he brings to our program when we may have a guy or we have a day we slip and we aren't stacking days as we talk about in our program. And he can say, there's somebody else, number one, that wants to be in your position every day. But number two, you don't realize what this institution and this program has come from. So you got to give your best every day. You got to continue to stack days and get 1% better.
100%. Chuck, what is it like for you? Now, President's box, new floor, weight room, the gear, the this, the that. Like, what is it like for
Nike,
you?
Nike, the court, the whole campus, the football field. Man, it's crazy. I mean, I wish I was playing now. I wish I was playing now, but now that the court is great, football field, security, whole gate around the campus. This is definitely a 180, 360 turn.
You guys, I believe, will be hosting. I'll be trying to figure out, Huff, what I can say, what I can't say. I'm not trying to break no rules, man.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Homecoming is coming this weekend.
Yes.
And you will be having some guests.
A lot of guests will be on campus.
A lot of alumni.
Okay. I'm just going to go away from that. How has it been doing recruiting? I'll just say this. During recruiting for both of you guys, as you've been meeting student athletes that have taken, whether it be official visits or unofficial visits, to campus, what is it like now giving them the tour of the facilities and that sort of thing? Chuck, are you seeing a different look in guys' eyes than what you're used to when people come on campus? What has it been like for you?
Yeah, it's definitely a different look, better look. It's just like looking at a new car and then looking at a used car. A used car that barely could drive. That's just part.
Chuck, are you saying y'all got the new car smell around the EWU campus?
New car smell. Yes, sir. Burn rubber.
It's been good, man, because obviously we had to hit the ground running when you take over a program and you got to find recruits. And Chuck was a part of that when we brought guys in to come to campus unofficially or officially. And, you know, a lot of times people hadn't heard of EWU, you know, or maybe they had just a little bit of knowledge of it. So they had no idea when they stepped on campus, other than maybe a picture of the floor. I'll give them that. But to really see a locker room or a floor or the president's box or the weight room or our campus in general, like it gave them a different aspect, you know, of what and who we were about. And then when they got to meet the people on campus, like I think that was just the exclamation mark. When you've got everybody from Dr. Rich to the women's basketball coach to the baseball coach to admissions, the cafeteria, the bookstore, and everybody's telling you the mailroom, we got your back. We're family, just like your shirt says. We're family. You know, we're gonna make sure that you get through this, the good times and the bad times. Because we've all been in college, and we know there are gonna be good times and there are gonna be bad times. There are gonna be times you wish you want to go home, and the people here are gonna be there for you through all those times.
That's fantastic. I don't want to not talk about homecoming and not mention the festivities that are going on. We'll drop this up on the screen. You guys have had a full week of festivities going on, and it will not stop.
It does not stop. I mean, we had a great convocation today. The president of Wiley College, who's a graduate of EW, came back and gave us a rousing message today in convocation about not swimming in murky waters, because when you swim in murky waters, you're swimming in mediocrity, and nobody wants to swim in mediocrity. We want to be great. And he even talked about just what we're talking about right now. our great athletic program and what he sees as an alum, but also on the outside looking in as another HBCU president of Wiley College, of what we've been able to do here at EWU. So that was really good. And obviously, you know, coordination is tomorrow. And then you get to Friday with the pep rally and Yard Fest, and then the parade on Saturday and the game, as we're going to take care of business and take care of 3 in a row. I hope Coach Morgan's watching 3 in a row, you know.
Yes, sir.
I told you when it was going to get started on this show, so I'm going to tell you it's going to be 3 in a row, right? So we'll take care of Lane. Then we got a concert and step show on Saturday. So the city will be buzzing. I mean, a lot of alum are coming back in town, and they're ready to enjoy. They're ready to come home.
Huff, are you going to call a score?
I won't call a score. I just need a dub.
Either we got 3 touchdowns, or we're going to do it big for homecoming?
I just need a win. It does not matter.
Just need the W and the W column.
Yep.
I know that's right. Don't want to be remiss. Everybody coming in town for homecoming, there is a no bag policy. Small clutches will be permitted. Make sure that you go by that. Also, a list of some prohibited items, right? We want everybody to have a great time, but we want everybody to do it safely. There will be people on staff doing their job. They're not harassing you. They're doing their job. So let's make their job easy and just go by the rules, right? Have a great time, but go by the rules that are set for us on campus. And then make your donation.
That's right. to the Tiger Club. Make that donation. You're coming in town for homecoming. Let's support. Make that donation to the Tiger Club. You see all the great things that we're already doing, but there are even more things that we can do. For those of you that somehow missed it, we are Division II. We're in the SIAC, year 3. Like, we want to remain a top contender in every sport. Not just one sport, but in every sport. We do that with financial help as well, right? To be able to support these young men and young women in all our programs to do what they're doing. And if you go look at our fall athletic programs right now, they're handling their business, whether it's cross country. We've had 2 cross country runners set records. Like, I don't mean just win. Like, they're setting records. You're talking about our women's volleyball team and what they've been able to accomplish. Like, so it's not just football. It's not just men and women's basketball. We're talking about all these sports that you can come and support and bless us financially.
You're absolutely right, Huff. This is not like the building fund at the old church where you never even see a doorknob added to the church. You can see, when I look at those beautiful uniforms that football has, when I look at the gear that you guys are wearing, you want your university to be represented well. You can see where the money is going. The facilities are showing where the money is going.
Chuck, you see what Reedy did?
No, what do you do?
So you'll put that one up with it, the one with the question he put up there. Shirts. So if you take a look at the shirt that Mondre has, you will be able to help our men's basketball program by purchasing one of these during homecoming.
And listen, this is the soft, nice cotton too. Hey, when you put this in the washer, baby, it ain't gonna turn into cardboard if you cut your skin up. This is nice right here. Soft cotton.
Well, we've got that one in the orange that Mondre has on. We've got it in purple. But we've also got, if you knew when I stepped foot on this campus and took this job, I let everybody know who we were. We are Duval, through and through. So if you want to pick up your black We Are Duval shirt, it says We Are in white. It's got Duval with the tiger stripes. The Duval, the letters have the tiger stripes in it. Be more than welcome. We would love for you to help support our men's basketball program. Find us at homecoming on Saturday. We'll be selling them. It's for a good cause. It's for a good cause. Our young men deserve everything that they're getting and will get from it.
Oh, listen, we got somebody locked in. Listen, and I will say this. For those who may not know Sly, they may not know him as Sylvester Williams. You probably know him as Sly the Sports Guy. He is a broadcaster one of the best football broadcasters in the HBCU space, knows his stuff.
He was down here when we played Benedict, as a matter of fact.
He sees it. He knows it. Knows the X's and O's. This is not a hype train post right here. This is coming from somebody that knows the game, played the game, and is also, Chuck, a South Carolina guy.
He is.
Also a South Carolina guy.
Let's see.
Sly knows what he talk about. He's saying EWU by 2 touchdowns over Lane. Sly, I'm with you. I like it. I like it.
Now, Dre, we talk about Chuck, and he doesn't sing his own praises, but he comes from a basketball family. I'll let him tell what I mean, but he's got some basketball pedigree in his blood now.
Well, Chuck didn't mention that. Chuck, what's going on?
What you talking about, Coach Huff?
There's a guy in Tallahassee that's that's part of the bloodline.
Yeah, definitely. Coach Steve Smith. Good guy, great guy from South Carolina. Yeah.
Oh, Chuck, I would have led with that, man. I would have led with that, man. I'm sure he ain't gonna get mad with you, man. I would have led with that.
Hey, look, this is what's go great. Chuck did not even tell me, and then Steve hits me up and said, "Hey, you hired my family."
So this is one thing that I see about and part of the reason why I do this show. Huff comes out first year as a college coach, head coach, wins a conference championship, and I can't get him to say anything about it. Reedy, one of the best recruiters I know, on the road, puts the miles in, has seen every kid. Reedy gets on the show and says, I just do work. Coach Britt gets on the show, has multiple, leaves a position at a high school where he developed multiple 4-star, 5-star kids, ESPN top 100 kids. And Brent says, yeah, we just work hard. We do what we do. And now 1,000-point score with basketball running through your veins in the family is like, yeah, this has got to be the most humble staff in all of America. So we're going to create this show to scream out your accomplishments, whether y'all like it or not.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we got to win some games first, right? Right, Chuck? We got to win some games first.
Ring some bells first.
Right.
I'm with it. I shouldn't have told Sly you was from South Carolina because here he goes.
Greatest state.
Oh, we got something else here. Gotta drop this out.
Well, yeah, Chuck, you can talk a little bit about that. That was your PG.
Yeah. Robert Thomas, good point guard. My senior year, he was a freshman coming in from Orlando. Good guy, good leader. Definitely, he's doing well now. He knows all about the change. He was there when the transformation took place. Mm-hmm. So he was EWC and EWU. Good guy.
So we had a chance to have him come back and watch us practice and give some insight to the guys just on that and just about life in general, how to navigate this student athlete life in college. And it was great. And anytime somebody's going to come early in the morning to come watch us practice, they're really invested in what we're trying to do. So we were glad to have him that morning and him to speak and pour life into our guys. And we want more of the alum back. And I've charged Chuck with that. Chuck, I don't know if you want to give a plug to the Facebook page for our alums to go follow.
Go follow. Definitely. EWU B-Ball. Go follow that on Facebook. I'm going to shout my Instagram out. Shout Chuck_SD Academy. You can follow that also.
And we're really trying to get all our men's basketball alum to come out. Because when we get to the spring, we're going to have an alumni game. All right?
That's going to be a good one.
We've been, it's in the works. It's in the works.
That's going to be a good one.
Right around the spring football game, I think they call it alumni. What do they call it?
Alumni weekend.
Alumni weekend. It's there, baby. We're going to have it. So be ready.
Everybody start getting in shape now. I don't want to hear the excuses.
Because we are what the game is versus who and who. Because we already got who the game is versus. Who do we say, Chuck?
We said the 2000s versus the 2010s and present.
Now, if you want to get some 90s in there, if y'all still think y'all got it, y'all have to hop in with the 2000s.
Ooh, hey, listen, let me be the one to tell you. If you in the 90s, man, don't stay away from this game, big dog. let them young boys have that, man. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Run from 3-point line to 3-point line. Hey, man, you said 90s and alumni game, and my knees automatically started to make me remember how old I am.
Facts.
So, Coach, do we have any other announcements to make? Do we have any updates? Yeah, we got official. Have we crossed the official day? No. We got practice, right?
Next week will be the official start of practice. So
next week is official day.
We're still in our kind of preseason. But next week we get to it.
Okay.
Next week the floodgates open.
October the 15th.
No, sir. No, sir. October the 10th.
The 10th?
Yes.
Okay.
NCAA changed that rule. It used to be the 15th. What they did is they changed it to 35 days before your first game, and you just got to have so many days off between that. So I gave them their last hurrah. Enjoy homecoming.
I know what that means.
Because it gets real after that.
I know what that means. Oh, man. Still 6 a.m.?
We don't deter. As a matter, Chuck does we have, if people don't know, we have a JV team here. And Chuck, what time is your team there every morning?
5:45.
No. They're there before. Y'all are actually start stretching at 5:45.
Yes, 5:20, 5:15.
Sheesh. Hey, man, if you want it,
gotta go get it.
You want it, you'll be up to go get it.
As we tell them, if you're going to soar with the Owls or hoop with the Owls at night, you got to soar with the Eagles in the morning. Or that wheel of fortune is going to call your name. You're going to have to do
that. All right, Coach. Chuck, man, it's been great getting to know you, man. I can't wait to get down there. I'm trying to map out my schedule. I am making the plans to make my rounds, whether it be an appearance for homecoming, maybe, and make my rounds for some games for sure, for practice. I like practice more than games anyway, but we'll see.
I got your juices flowing a little bit this weekend.
Yep, man. Listen, that's right. We did the Embrace Us Coaching Clinic this weekend. Huff, it was a lot of fun. It brought back a familiar vibe and a familiar feeling to see you out there running the session. But I'll toss it over to you and just give a synopsis of the entire event. I got a chance to meet the rest of the EU staff too.
Yes, it was a great time. I want to shout out Coach Wilson and her staff for coming to support, to support me when I was speaking, but also to get better. And that's what a lot of those coaches did. That coaching clinic didn't just have a bunch of high school and AAU and middle school or rec league coaches. There were college coaches in there trying to get better as well. And I think that was a great thing for guys and women to be able to network, to listen to Hannah Hayden, the new head coach, women's coach at Georgia Southwestern, who talked about how she does her 2-2-1 press and how it's been successful for her at her previous stop, or to listen to Damon Stoudemire instill his toughness at Georgia Tech as he was a presenter, listening to Cam Daly and how he gets players better at all levels was really good. But then to sit down and listen to four people at different levels of college who have been at different levels of college. Akeem Miskadeen, an assistant at Georgia, but he's been, a D2 assistant. He's been a HBCU assistant. He's been mid-major, and now he's at the high major. Or to listen to Ryan Price, who's been an assistant at Southern and Prairie View, or to listen to Tierra Rudd, who's the head coach of Virginia Union, or to listen to Sheena Nation Brooks, who's the head coach of Shorter there in Georgia, a D2 program. So to listen to all those four and their experiences was really good. And then to finish the day up with Penny Collins, the head coach of Tennessee State, another HBCU. He's been there, going into it his fourth year, if I'm not mistaken, and what he's done with that program. I was just blessed to have the opportunity to learn, opportunity to provide whatever I could with effective practices with tempo. I'll let Mondre get the kind of deal away. They thought they were getting off easy, but I told them at first it was a real deal now. I want to thank Alex Ireland, too. My friend, my former coworker, we worked together at Alcorn State, Division I in the SWAC, who brought his team, as he's the head coach of Dalton State, perennial winner in NAIA, who brought his team up to be our demonstrators, and they did a great job. I texted him one time and said, you might want to tell your guys to stop dunking and making shots. The portal is real. I was joking with him, but no, it was a great time, man. I think everybody who was there really enjoyed the opportunity to learn, network, and get better on a Saturday when they could have been anywhere else. They were there in that gym trying to get better.
100%. It was a great event, and Coach Ireland does have a nice looking team over there.
Yes.
At Dalton State, he's got some size. Those guys did a great job. For me, watching you guys get after it in the gym and seeing that trademark Huff pace of practice did get me, like, it put me in. It was the first time since I've been away from basketball and just focused on being dad, which I feel like is the greatest job in the world. I'm having an amazing time just being dad instead of coach. That was the first time I was like, man, this is fun. like that was great to see. The tempo, the pace. I enjoyed Coach Stoudemire breaking down his defense terminology and how he sees it and how they teach it. That was great.
Even his experiences from the NBA and why he does things the way he does them.
Absolutely. But also the coach from Georgia Southwestern, the women's coach from Georgia Southwestern, Hannah, was fantastic. It showed me some things that I've done in the past that were similar, but added on some nuggets and some details that was like, oh wow, I never thought of that. I never thought of this. So it was fantastic. Something that I'll be watching on repeat for sure. So,
but if anybody, if you want to go watch it, you can go to the Embrace Us Twitter page. You can go to my page. I think I tweeted it out. But you can go, and if you find that actual tweet, you can actually get the link, and you can watch all those sessions other than the roundtable. They did not put the roundtable in there, but all the sessions, on-court sessions with the players on there for you to watch and for you to get better. As I know in many states, they're getting ready to start official practice for high school. So hopefully there's something in those videos of the clinic that can help you get better.
For sure. I could name some. That Cam Daly session, I think, will help people too.
I mean, I remember as a former high school coach, if I had 4-on-1s, which I know they had to do in Georgia, if I could be able to get my team, other states like Florida, you can have your whole team out there and it doesn't matter. I would have been taking that stuff that Cam was using and been implementing it in my player development before the season.
And listen, I've had 2 coaches reach out to me to make sure that I got them the video recording. I've got to deliver a couple of links tonight. So, no, that was a great session. But I look forward to it. But it just reminded me, that tempo, that pace, the boom, 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 that kinetic energy, man. If you're a basketball person, you got to love it. I know those kids have to love being a part of it. Like Because if you could practice that way every day, you could play that way.
And you can see the difference, and Chuckabee can attest to this, from when we first started to where we are now, just how much smoother it flows. You know, a lot of those guys had never been a part of that. Like, what do you mean? We're going, huh? What?
Basketball's flying all over the place. Coach, I do have a couple of questions about workouts or how everything is running right now. Are there weighted jump ropes?
Haven't brought those out yet.
Are the towels
the towels come out next week, so don't worry about that. That's coming. If the players are listening, they probably like, what does he mean with the towels? Don't worry. The only reason we haven't brought the weight, our strength and conditioning coaches are so good. Like, those guys bust their tail in that weight room, and we can see a remarkable difference. Like, Chuck and them went over there the other day when they were, doing some max out stuff, and I guess we can shout this out. RJ Nord is the leader in the squats and the benches.
RJ.
Both squat and bench.
Squat and bench.
Big guard.
Hey, that's RJ. That sounds about right.
But even in this time since August, we've seen a difference in our guys.
Yeah.
You can see the guys who body has changed already. I mean, even RJ's body has changed, and I think that's a combination of what we're doing, strength and conditioning, what we're doing on the basketball court, all that, their intention and detail, even when it comes to nutrition. So I think all that matters.
I love it, Coach. I love it. Any other shout outs or anything we need to make sure that we hit before we get out of here?
I want to make sure I get everything, especially during homecoming week.
I feel like we hit it, but
I do feel like we hit it, but I just want to make sure. I'm thankful. As a program, we're thankful for every. We've been on the road a lot, especially in the month of September when we were able to start getting out. We've been on the road to a lot of events, a lot of high schools, some JUCO stuff. Like, we're just grateful and thankful for every program that allowed us to come into the gym, to watch them work out, practice, whatever it may have been. And I'll tell anybody this. It's not about us just getting a player from you. It's about us building a relationship. So when that time does come, you'll know who we are. And I think that's really been big for us, is for people, especially in the state of Florida, but for everywhere, which we call our rectangle of recruiting, but we're 6 hours away or less. We can get in the car and drive. So if that means Atlanta, Georgia, if that means Miami, Florida, if that means Charlotte, North Carolina, if that means Mobile, Alabama, our job is to make sure you know who EWU is. Whether you've got a player right now or you have one next year or 2 years from now, or as this portal goes, well, we may have to come back and circle back around because you may have a player in the portal and we've already built that relationship with you. So we're thankful for that you guys have allowed us in your gyms. Some of you even changed practice time just so we could get in. So we're appreciative of that. And I think we've done a good job, especially here in Jacksonville, of probably hitting up every school. We got a few more we got to get to, but we'll get there.
I love it, man. I love it. All right.
This is a great question. I haven't even asked. This made me think. I haven't asked Chuck this. What has been the vibe that you've heard? This your city, Chuck, right? You've been here long enough. What is the new vibe that you're hearing about EWU?
Man, we turned over the new leaf. We turned over the new leaf. Everybody want to come be a part of it. Just come on down, check us out. Everything's been good. I've been hearing good things. Great energy.
So that just means we got to carry it over on the court, Andre.
That's all.
Got to put the dub in EWU for sure.
Yes, sir.
For sure. No, I love it, man. We talked about on the last episode, Huff. I think there are certain things that follow you every place you go, whether it's been your stops in college, your high school stops. Everywhere you go, there have been certain things that have followed. The character and the academic prowess of the young men that you recruit. Like Reedy said, no pressure. Reedy, I'm not going to do it. First episode on the last stop, I talked about winning the championship. I'm not going to do it.
We lived up to it though.
Yes. Yeah. I don't want to push my luck though. But I do think the character, the academic prowess of the young man that it follows you every single step, every place that you've ever been. The culture of the program has been established and improved at every stop. No knock to anybody that coached at those stops before you. The length, the athleticism has also improved at every stop. So I just don't, and I believe those things lead to winning, right? When you stack enough days, it happens. So I have no doubts, especially with the crew that you got rolling with you at EW right now, from Chuck to Reedy to Britt.
Those three guys, man, make my life a whole lot easier. I can tell you that. They are technicians at their craft, man. Able to do the little things no matter what I throw on them. They take it. Even when I get upset. They take it. So it's been fun, man. But if I could leave one thing for these student athletes, man, is that understand each opportunity can come and go. And so whether it's you in this recruiting aspect of trying to figure out where you want to go and who you are and what program you want to go to, don't worry about the level, because the level is going to choose you. You're going to know what level you are based off who's offered you, who's really offered you, who really wants you. But then understand what fits you, man. And I think what we truly have, and I don't know how many wins that's going to equate to, but we have guys that want to be in Jacksonville, that want to be Tigers, man. That's what we look for. And then once you become part of whoever team you were on, understand that every decision you make has a reaction or a consequence or whatever that means. And you got to make sure that you're always doing everything the right way. Like one of our players said in the huddle, he said, we've got to be doing things the right way, whether it's on the court or in our lives, because all that's going to impact how we create wins. And when he said that, it was beneficial for us as a coaching staff to have a player to say that, especially a new team to say that in the huddle. Like, and the more these guys who are playing basketball can understand that and understand how quick it can slip out your hands, then the better they'll be. And I'm sorry, Reedy, I know your arm's a little sore today. I'm sorry.
You all right, Reedy, man up. Reedy will get the inside joke with that. But no, that's great. Guys, we appreciate everybody that tuned in. This is episode 5 of Tiger Vision. We are Duval. We love you guys. We appreciate it. We're looking forward to another episode. By the time you see us again, practice will have kicked off.
Woo.
And the football team will have gotten their third W versus Lane, and we'll be celebrating, man.
Once they hit that 500, these three, they finna roll, baby. They finna roll. They already rolling.
We're gonna take off. Looking forward to it, man. We'll check in with you guys in a couple weeks.